If you want it, you got it. Jay White, your face scoring for the ECW Television Championship at WrestleMania. The Wyatt family are going to WrestleMania. This went from being a great main event to a personal bout in an instant. And he'll pay him back at WrestleMania when his theme hits. And the new ECW champion that evening will be... Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. The main event of WrestleMania is coming from this show, of course, and we are one show away from making it to that very event. This is the final big show before WrestleMania. Of course, I'm, of the actual shows that are at WrestleMania. Not meaning to discount NXT there. It's another huge night of action as it has been this whole week so far. And tonight, two big matches coming our way. Cruiserweight title on the line. Mustafa Ali finally getting his shot at Hiromu Takahashi one-on-one. Can Ali make it count? Can he make it matter? Can he become the Cruiserweight champion? Finally, is this the moment for Ali? We'll find out later on this evening. But our big main event is on its way. To close out this evening, the WrestleMania main event will be in the ring. Adam Cole and Seth Rollins will share the ring with one another. But Johnny Gargano and Minoru Suzuki will be there as well. Tag team main event, one you don't want to miss. But as for this evening, as for right now, we start things off with Seth Rollins himself. Rollins has a bit to say on what happened at the end of last week's ECW, and also has a final piece to the puzzle that he wants to say to Adam Cole before they meet one another in ring later on this evening. And of course, before they make history in the main event of the biggest WrestleMania in this universe's history. Seth Rollins, as we say, just days before WrestleMania, and he finds himself having to explain his actions once again. Adam Cole just doesn't quite get it into his head. He doesn't quite get why Seth Rollins is doing this, and that's why he's not leaving with the title at WrestleMania. He has no idea what's going on. I'm taking a neutral step back. I'm doing everything I can to not be biased towards Rollins right now. I promise you that. But Rollins saying that he's doing this so Adam Cole is at his very best, because he wants to make him hate Seth Rollins like everyone else hates Seth Rollins. He feeds from the hate, the jealousy, because it's jealousy that everyone knows they'll never be Seth Rollins. Like Adam Cole knows he will never be the ECW champion so long as Rollins says so. Oh, the champion is on top of his game heading into WrestleMania season. Coming out here and talking and blabbering on about respect. Rollins doesn't care about that. It's not about respect. It's about the ECW title. They're the main event of the greatest wrestling event of all time, not curtain jerking in a bingo hall. They don't care about... Rollins doesn't care about respect. He cares simply about cementing his legacy as the greatest of all time. That is what Rollins is all about at WrestleMania. And he doesn't have to wait much longer to find out what Adam Cole thinks about this all. Because here comes the Royal Rumble winner. Here comes the challenger to the ECW title at WrestleMania. Here comes the man that promises to take the title away, that sent a warning to Rollins last week, telling him that him not winning the big one is something that Rollins should be concerned about, not Adam Cole. And the WrestleMania main event meets each other in the ring for the first time here tonight. Adam Cole saying if he was going to talk about him non-stop, he might as well have made his way out here to hear what Rollins has to say before he wires that mouth shut later on tonight. Rollins has tried to play with his head since the opening bell, since Adam Cole declared that he wanted to fight him at WrestleMania. And well done to Rollins, because it worked. Oh, just feeding the ego of Rollins, who says of course it worked. He's the greatest of all time. He can play anyone, any way that he wants to, and no one's going to stop him. Cole stands in front of a man who's knocking on the door of 600 days, and all Adam Cole says is stuff that Rollins has heard time and time again. The crowd is on his side, that he won't give in. As Rollins calls it, the voice of failure speaks again. Seth Rollins is fired up heading into WrestleMania. Adam Cole saying it's not the voice of failure this time because Rollins got exactly what he wanted last week. Adam Cole was woken up. He made him realize what this is all about. He knows what he has to do at WrestleMania. He knows his back is up against the wall. But as he said last week, that's something for Rollins to be worried about, not Adam Cole. But Rollins simply doesn't care, saying the man who's never won anything in his life telling Rollins what to do. He says that he has earned this shot at WrestleMania more than anyone else in the history of this sport. He's proven for over 2 years that he's the greatest of all time. He's never lost in a singles match at WrestleMania. What makes Adam Cole think he can beat Seth Rollins? Asking all the heavy questions to the challenger, gearing his head up, and Adam Cole says because he knows he can. He's never been the guy, but this Sunday he wants it more than ever. He wants to shut up a cocky son of a bitch like Seth Rollins for ECW, for those in attendance, because he will never give in. Come Sunday, Rollins will have to kill him. That is a promise. And Adam Cole hasn't finished delivering his message. He may well be knocking on the door of 600 days, but he will kick that door down on him come WrestleMania. Adam Cole's fought tooth and nail to be here, and he demands that Rollins bring his best here tonight, just as the same at WrestleMania. So when he beats him, when the crowd gets their happy ending, when everyone hopes to rejoice, remember, he did it with Rollins at his very best. He'll see him later in the main event of this evening. Adam Cole is just as fired up as Rollins is now. We are in WrestleMania season firmly. Can it be Sunday already, please? What a way to kick things off there. The WrestleMania main event absolutely have hatred with one another. As I said at the end of last week, it became more than a match. And we have figured that out right now. A legacy on the line. And Rollins hoping to continue his. Cole hoping to end it. That is all to come in the main event of WrestleMania. And we've seen them later on this evening. But as for right now, Sami Callihan set to go in action one-on-one against Oney Lorcan. Wait a minute, what? Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm receiving reports that we need to go backstage right now. We have a camera backstage set up. Something's gone on backstage. It's Braun Strowman! It's Braun Strowman! The monster among men! No, 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 no! Powerbomb! Right through the table! Strowman is assaulting Oney Lorcan, and you know why! As a member of the Four Horsemen! Before the title match! This Sunday at WrestleMania! Before Strowman and Aleister Black challenge for the ECW Tag Team titles, they are assaulting a member of the Horsemen. Running power slam to Lorcan. Meanwhile in the ring, Callihan, turn around. Jay White to the crowd. Blade Runner. White with the middle fingers to Callihan. So much in just a blink of an eye. Jay White takes the microphone in hand now. Oh my goodness, here we go. It's going to be an evening of chaos. Jay White saying that felt so good to finally get his hands on Callihan. He's not running from him any longer. As for Jay White, he needs to get his hands on Corin right now. He doesn't care about his match with Andrade Cien Almas. Throw it out of the window, White says. He needs to get his hands on Corin, and he knows that man is listening, and I'm sure he's watching as well with what just happened to Jay White, to Sami Callihan. White demanding Corin get out here, says he won't go back there looking for him. He'll either come out here right now and fight him like a man, or he will ship him what remains of Sami Callihan. Jay White isn't waiting until WrestleMania. He's demanding Corin gets out of here, because it is time for Corin to breathe with the Switchblade. Fight him, you bastards. White wants Corin right now, demanding he gets out here, and here we go, the challenger to the ECW television title, making his way down to the ring, and White will come to meet him. The fight is on. The brawl is on. White gets his wish days before WrestleMania. These two men will meet for the ECW television title. And here we go right now. White and Corrin brawling in the entrance ramp. This is what it's all about to these two men. The hatred that this has all become about. This was almost never about the title. This is about hatred. This is about betrayal for Jay White. Oh my God! Pile driver on the apron by Corrin. On the ramp, rather. A sickening pile driver on the ramp, and Jay White is almost out of it as a result of that. This sick, vile son of a bitch getting one over on White. The switchblade knocked down as a result of it, and Corrin putting the boots to the champion. White wanted this. I said the very same to White last week. It would be on his hands what happened between him and Corrin, and things are looking good before WrestleMania. Double underhook brainbuster. Corrin going to look for clock strikes 12, but White counters. White counters. The fight's still going on, but here comes the officials. Making their way out, trying to break things up between these two. They won't be breaking up anything at WrestleMania. The fight is on now, and so it will be come Sunday. All the officials in ECW are in absolute chaos mode. ECW kicking off in a measurement that can only be described as insanity right now. There wasn't even a zero to get to this 100 miles an hour. We started at 100 miles an hour. In the span of 10 minutes, we had the WrestleMania main event at each other's throats verbally. We had Braun Strowman assaulting Oney Lorcan backstage to get under the Four Horsemen's skin. And then we had Jay White finally hit the Blade Runner on Sami Callihan and fight Corrin. Just in case you are aware, we are 2 matches down on ECW already. Oney Lorcan versus Sami Callihan didn't happen. Jay White versus Andrade Cien Almas didn't happen. That means we have 3 matches here tonight on ECW. That's it. And this is the first one, I guess. We only just saw what they did backstage, what Strowman did backstage, and you better believe that was Bray Wyatt instructing Strowman to take matters into his own hands. Remember, this Sunday, it's Apollo Crews and Chris Jericho who fight Aleister Black and Braun Strowman. They are the tag team champions. Oney Lorcan was essentially an innocent bystander. He was caught up in this by name alone because he's a horseman. This match right now, Aleister Black versus Apollo Crews. But I think when I put this match to paper, I just thought, oh, this is a good way to build up the match for WrestleMania. But like that, it became way more personal. Lorcan is receiving personal treatment backstage. As a result of that attack, Strowman has been banned from the arena. I've been told the leader, the head of security for ECW is taking care of that business. And you better believe that these two men have a fire in them right now because of what they just saw happen. Remember, when you are a horseman, you are family. That is horseman loyalty. That's what it means to be a horseman. It's not just a name. It's not just a group. It's a family. It's a way of life. And Chris Jericho, more than anyone else, is going to take offense to that one because he's the leader of this group. When you assault one member of the Horsemen, you assault them all. Bray Wyatt, I think, has just realized that is the case. But the reality of the situation is that he got Braun Strowman to do it. If it had been Aleister Black who had done that, I'm sure Roderick Strong, I'm sure they would have ganged up. The entire Horsemen would have ganged up on Black and put him down. You could have the Horsemen gang up on Strowman, and I don't know if it would be enough. Because Braun Strowman is something else in that ring. And I'll tell you one thing right now, when Apollo Crews jumps out of the gate like that one, that should tell you that that statement about family rings true to the Horsemen. This is about family. This is personal to them. This is heated now as a result of one action from one member of the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family call themselves a family. The Horsemen are a true family. At this right now, you can tell that things have heated up. Not just in the last week, but in the last 10 minutes, things heated up. A hectic start to ECW. Corin and Jay White has been split up. Those two guys are being forced out of the arena as well, I'm being told. Save their fight for WrestleMania. I apologize to Andrade for not getting him his match. I do apologize. Hopefully we can sort something out regarding that at a later date. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is WrestleMania week. It's chaos. Nevertheless, we focus here to this matchup right now. Big cutter from Aleister Black in the turnbuckle. He looked to leap at Apollo Crews, but a good drop kick from Crews sends him down. You know, you strip away everything we just saw. You strip away the attack from Strowman. Even you strip away the words from Bray Wyatt last week when he said that Aleister Black and Braun Strowman were riding on the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, essentially. A dig at the name of the Four Horsemen. Telling them to run as well. You strip all that away, and still what remains in front of us is the reality that Apollo Crews is going one-on-one with the King of the Ring. That's a huge opportunity for Crews, and he's taking matters into his own hands right now. Look at the way he's beating down Aleister Black here. I definitely believe what we saw earlier on this evening has a big part to play in that, no doubt about it. But on top of that as well, Crews cannot ignore the fact that he's in the ring with the King of the Ring just a few days before WrestleMania. A chance for the champions to get some momentum heading into that event. Double foot stomp into the gut. I thought Aleister Black was planning for Black Mass. There seems not from behind. Reverse DDT. Elbow in the chest to go along with it. Aleister Black now. Big counter from Crews. Could see how significantly he had loaded up that lariat to hit it. And you can just tell with every move that's hit in this match right now, the animosity builds towards WrestleMania. The hatred between these two sides builds and builds and builds to WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt will lead the Wyatt family. Well, maybe Sister Abigail will. The Lambton will lead the way into St. Louis. But Chris Jericho will lead the Horsemen with their head held high, with pride on their side, into WrestleMania as well. Fight still going on here. Aleister Black bringing in Crews, assaulting him there, kicking the chest. Crews is down. Aleister Black has him where he wants him, and another kick. He's toying with him now. He's toying with him, putting the boots to him as well. He is absolutely toying with Apollo Crews right now, simply because he can. Crews the victim of quick strikes there. Good counter though, going in on Crews. Going in, did Crews right in the gut. Apollo Crews now, crucifix, rolling up Aleister Black here, trying to secure a victory. Oh, and he got him! He got victory! He got a measure of revenge! Heading into WrestleMania, Apollo Crews just beat the King of the Ring. How's about that for revenge, Wyatt family? Victory for the Horsemen. Days before WrestleMania. Justice served for Oney Lorcan. But as Crews steps out of the ring, Jericho steps into it. As the Wyatt family walk their way up the ramp, Jericho has something to say. And he's telling Wyatt, that is what happens. That's what it means to be a Horseman. That performance from Apollo Crews right there. They all saw and felt the disgusting actions earlier, and they have one thing to say to it. Payback is a bitch. If the Wyatt family want to play these games, then they won't like what the Horseman will do in response. And his boys are going to find it out. They won't have to ride far on the Horsemen of the Apocalypse to find the Horsemen. They'll be standing in the center of the ring at WrestleMania, and they'll be waiting. Bring all the rhymes, they'll bring the firepower. They want to watch the son of a bitch fall. They'll go into the battle, and they'll leave with the tag team titles. This is for One Lorcan. You Cross family, you Cross Horsemen, you will quickly learn to pay for it. Aleister Black and Braun Strowman will find that out at WrestleMania. This is now Horseman business. A big match at WrestleMania. Every match at WrestleMania is a big one, but coming up next, here we go. This is a huge one for Mustafa Ali. The opportunity to finally be the Cruiserweight Champion. But does he have it in him to dethrone the Time Bomb? Does he have it in him to knock Takahashi from his perch? For 3 months now, Hiromu Takahashi has held on to that Cruiserweight Championship. For 3 months he has been at the top of the division. Hell, it's probably even longer than 3 months, to be honest. But Ali has tried to make sure that he is one of the big names of that division as well. I said it over the last few months. Since SummerSlam, there have been 3 names at the top of the division. Mustafa Ali, Zack Sabre Jr., Hiromu Takahashi. Sabre Jr. is now out of the equation. But Ali has not finished with Takahashi. His semi-final performance in King of the Ring showed that he isn't done either, that he cannot quit. He was the one who came out here and challenged Takahashi 2 weeks ago. He said he needs this more than ever. He needs to be the champion. He can't be second best any longer. He put the challenge out there. I made the match official. And as we heard Ali said, he will defuse the Time Bomb to be the Cruiserweight Champion. Whether or not that'll happen, we're about to find out right now. Hiromu Takahashi is on top of his game, as he always is, to be fair. And one big difference is what we saw last week. Takahashi conquered an old foe in Zack Gibson. He beat him, and he beat him fairly comfortably. Mustafa Ali tried to go one step bigger, tried to go one step further, tried to go to a stage that he wasn't prepared for. He tried to face and beat Kenny Omega. And yes, Omega may well be on a dip in form, but that doesn't change the fact that Ali is not on the same level as Kenny Omega. And he realized that. There is a concern that Ali is so desperate to win this Cruiserweight title that he will go to any length to try and prove it. That he is so desperate to win this title that he's trying too much. He's overthinking everything. He's going too deep, essentially, to be the Cruiserweight Champion. It's almost like Mustafa Ali is treating this as a now or never scenario following King of the Ring. Oh, more to him, I guess. Bravery will get you far in this business, but you need the victories to go along with it, and that man has plenty of victories. That's why he's got the Cruiserweight Championship on his shoulder. Can Hiromu Takahashi ignite the Time Bomb within him and retain that Cruiserweight title once again? These guys have faced each other plenty of times before. They've shared the ring plenty of times with one another, but they've never had a one-on-one title match. They do tonight. The Cruiserweight title is on the line. We've already seen the Velveteen Dream win the United States title on Monday Night Raw. Can Ali make another title change hands this week? We are about to find out. The bell rings and we are underway. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Fuck knows why the crowd is chanting NXT. This is the wrong show. Go to Hammerstein for that one. Pearl Elbow tie-up. Clean break in the corner. Like I said, these guys know each other so well. It's all about the feeling out process still. They need to make sure they know each other well. They need to make sure they know how they work. Takahashi needs to make sure that he has an advantage over the challenger. It's important for the champion early on to cement his dominance. Good side headlock though. From Takahashi, from Ali. Takahashi gets up though, side headlock of his own. Nicely done there. Quickly worked into it by the Time Bomb. Side headlock takeover. Now Ali finds himself in the same position he was in a moment ago. Triangle scissors, though. Leg scissors, rather. Takahashi flips out. It's back into that side headlock. Great collar elbow wrestling here. Side headlock now from Ali. All about trying to control the opponent. Neither man giving an inch. Takahashi gets the break. Incredible wrestling. And what that shows is there's no difference between these two guys right now. They're on the same level. I love seeing stuff like that at the start of the match. It shows you how badly these guys want it. They, even in a collar elbow tie-up, that doesn't really have much of a physical difference in the match. They can't let the other guy stand atop. They can't let the other guy get the win. It was a clean break in that one, essentially, but now Ali has come out of the gate swinging with some heavy offense. Submission hold applied here, torquing that arm backwards. The arm is not supposed to bend in that direction. Takahashi using his agility to get himself out of it. Hard forearm in the face. Mustafa Ali, much more of a traditional cruiserweight, likes his athletic, high-flying offense. Likes to twist the rules of physics. Takahashi, on the other hand, is very much so an explosive wrestler. Comes out of the gate with a move that you just do not expect. We'll see if that'll be the case right now. Within this contest, I think Takahashi's going to have to rely upon his explosive offense. These two guys are going to have to wrestle their best styles. Because yes, the opponent may know it well. They may very well know the best counters to their styles. Takahashi may well know the best counters to Ali's, to be fair, fairly normal cruiserweight style, and vice versa. But in a title match, you don't want to take risks. You don't want to go, well, I mean, you do want to take risks, but you don't want to take too many risks. You don't want to overstep your boundaries, and that's what I was on about with Ali. I fear that he's overstepping his boundaries heading into this title match. He's thinking too much heading into it, and it could cost him dearly. Okay, this might be the only match of the evening that doesn't end in some kind of big fight or big war of words between two sides. Imagine that. It's also the only fight. This is also the only match of the evening so far. The only thing of this evening that doesn't have WrestleMania implications. Certainly does coming out of it though. What is next for Ali if he doesn't win here? Where does Ali go from here? How many times can you say, I can't be second best anymore? Because there comes a time where you say you can't be second best anymore, but you lose so many times that you are second best. And I think if Ali doesn't win this one, he's second best to Takahashi in the Cruiserweight division. This is the battle to determine the #1 guy in the Cruiserweight division. And that strap will prove it. Takahashi put up on the top rope right now. It's been a lot more of Ali's offense than it has been Takahashi's. But I think the same could be said at Guilty as Charged when Takahashi fought Zach Gibson. He let Gibson do what he wanted, and then he got his big moves in. Oh! Seated senton from the top rope there by Takahashi. Wait a minute. D locked in. D locked in early stage of this match. D applied. Ali, though, had it scouted. Good Kana from Ali there. Quickly got himself out of that hold. Look at how quickly Takahashi is right back on the offense here. Looking for some kind of reverse DDT maybe. Great Kana from Ali. Suplexes the champion down. Now from both sides in the early stages of this match. Ali going to go up high here. Is Ali thinking 0-5-4? No! Not too sure. I don't know. I don't think Ali had anything in mind. And Takahashi moved out of the way. So Ali just came out with a safe landing. Might have been thinking crossbody actually. Maybe ducked out of it at the last moment. Meanwhile, speaking of crossbodies, there was an attempted splash there by Takahashi. Got nothing but knees. Ali now full Nelson, transitions into a reverse DDT. Takahashi down, middle of the ring. Perfect position for Ali to strike. 450. Oh, knees in the gut from Takahashi. Devastating knees. Slap suplex follows. The challenger down, but only briefly. Right back up to his feet. Counter from Takahashi, however. Look at how well these two guys know each other. Counters galore in this matchup. Straight jacket, electric chair. What a move from Takahashi. Planted Ali right down on the mat. But look at this. Ali's still fighting back. So too is Takahashi. These two guys just cannot and will not give in right now. And I love it. This is what it means to be the Cruiserweight Champion. This is the heart these two guys are expressing right now. This is must win for both of them. Neither guy will let the other win by any means. Neither guy is giving an inch. But it may well be the case that Ali has to rescind to number 2. Time bomb! Takahashi covers Ali. Oh! And if you needed an indication of how much this means to Mustafa Ali, well, there it was. Kick out at 2 with the time bomb. Takahashi to the top rope now. Looking to fly. Oh, Ali moved out of the way. Takahashi could have come down awkwardly on his ankle there. Ali picks him up. Clothesline. Back elbow. Look at the speed that Ali is working with. Just seconds ago, this match could have been over. High kick in the head to Takahashi there. Ali doesn't take the opportunity. He doesn't go for the high-risk move. He doesn't go for the between-the-ropes neck breaker either. Oh, but he's taking an even bigger risk. We saw this at King of the Ring. Avalanche Spanish Fly. And does it spell new Cruiserweight Champion Mustafa Ali? Oh, so close to 3. Takahashi kicks out at 2, but Ali needs to stay on the offense. Reverse DDT to keep Takahashi pinned down. Ali knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He goes to the top rope. Oh, 5-4 from Ali. A perfect sequence of moves. The Cruiserweight Champion had no reply to it. Cover. 1, 2. Takahashi kicks out at 2. And Ali is bespoke by it. Look at this. He goes to another turnbuckle. Fueled by rage. Ali, he needs to win this. He thought that was the end. Crossbody, oh my God. Takahashi catches him and slams him down. What a match this has been. Takahashi with a leg drop. Covers Ali. Is it enough? Is it all? So close. Referee deems that the far shoulder of Ali was up there. Look at this again. Again here. Takahashi will go up high. He'll take to the high risk. Will it pay off? Takahashi all the way up there. Hurricanrana. Cover made. Legs hooked. Shoulders pinned. But still Ali kicks out. But will he tap out? Here's D. Here's D again. But again the fight of Ali is amazing. Indescribable. Drop kick into the back there by Ali. The fight continues on. Neither guy giving in. Takahashi evades the drop kick and he pounces on the moment. Ali was slow up to his feet. Huge power bomb. What has to give in these two guys? What has to give for one to put the other down? What has to give one of these guys to stay down for longer than about 25 seconds? Because that's all it's been in this match, are these two guys getting right back up to their feet and fighting on. Ali up high. Ali, 0-5-4, no! Knees in the gut by Takahashi. And a devastating defeat. Time bomb could be on its way. No! Ali's foot in the rope. The rope saves Mustafa Ali. Knee in the gut there, and Ali, look at this springboard. Might be thinking springboard DDT, and he whiffed it. The exhaustion of this match getting to him. trying too much. I said it at the top of the show, at the top of the match. I said it last week. He's trying too much. And that cost him right there. Once again in this one, these two cruiserweights have sacrificed it all. And once again, we see Ali go up high. Once again, he tries for the crossbody, and once again, he's plucked out of thin air. Takahashi transitions, shoulder breaker to Ali. That may help set up for D. Look at that kick in the back, and Ali right back up to his feet. Cannot stay down, will not say die. Duck under. Hurricanrana takedown. You want to look at heart, you want to look at soul, you want to look at what it means to be a champion. You don't need to look much further than these two men, because they have given their all for the past 10 minutes. For one thing, to be the champion. Facebuster there by Takahashi. And again, like in so many occasions in this match, he cannot capitalize. Ali stops him right there and then. And Ali works over the arm now, trying to take away the time bomb. You could see the way the back was slouched of Mustafa Ali there when he went for that Irish whip. You could tell how much this match is taken out of him. This may be the longest match of Ali's career in this universe, in terms of a one-on-one match at the very least. In the turnbuckle again goes Takahashi, slips himself out of the way. Ali might have been thinking Spanish Fly. Well, Takahashi is about to let Ali know that he's got his own insane move from the top. Victory roll! Avalanche victory roll! Surely this is enough. It is not. And Takahashi's getting frustrated. Takahashi is getting fired up. Look at the way he's beating up Ali now. He needs to find a way to end this, and he simply cannot. And that has frustrated the time bomb. This could be Ali's opening. Takahashi could be blinded by rage. This could be the opening that Ali needs. Ali turning him around. Don't try for like a reverse Spanish Fly. That's suicidal. What the hell is he going to do here? Takahashi perched up on the top turnbuckle. Oh, kick in the back of the head. Ali watches as Takahashi falls from the top rope to the outside and now flies to the outside. The crossbody finally connects. And now on the outside, these two men fight. Ali dumping Takahashi on the barricade. This is how heated Ali has gotten in this one. Takahashi, though, right up to his feet. Moved out of the way of Ali's little flip there. Oh, missed strike, missed opportunity. Turnabout is fair play. Ali with a powerbomb of his own and could be in for a great opportunity right now. He has Takahashi right where he wants him. Flying forearm. But so much has been taken out of him. No way. Does he have it in him? Ali, one more time. He'll take to the top. 450. He got it. 450 from Ali. 1, 2. Mustafa Ali has done it. He needed this more than ever. He needed to prove he wasn't number 2. And we have a new Cruiserweight champion in one of the greatest matches this division has ever seen in this universe. And that can mean more than a title. The respect of Takahashi. The ring belongs to Ali, and the celebration can begin. Here we go. The Cruiserweight title belongs to Mustafa Ali. After 6 months of trying, 7 months of trying even, he's got it. The new Cruiserweight champion, Mustafa Ali. Hats off to both men. An incredible match. And he's finally done it. Mustafa Ali, the new Cruiserweight champion. Well done. Well done to both men. That was incredible. Absolutely phenomenal match from the start until the very end. You're champion, Ali. Celebrate it. And talking about champions, is this the next ECW champion? Is Adam Cole 5 days away? I think I got that one right. Maybe. Might be 4 actually. Is he 4 days away from the ECW championship? We heard the war of words between Cole and Rollins earlier on this evening. Now Adam Cole gets to, for the first and last time before WrestleMania, engage physically with Seth Rollins in this ring. Tag team main event. Adam Cole will team with Johnny Gargano to take on the duo of ECW, the bodyguard of ECW, Minoru Suzuki, and the ECW champion himself in Seth Rollins. Adam Cole looks as ready as ever. I think that talk fired him up even more. He wants that big moment. He wants to walk out of the arena holding a title. He wants his WrestleMania moment. And in this universe, there is no bigger moment at WrestleMania, not now and maybe not ever, than being the one to dethrone Seth Rollins. And I'll tell you what, it's been over a month, and that's a sight for sore eyes. Welcome back, Johnny Gargano, back from his suspension. And a clear mind for Johnny Gargano as well. No more Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa is gone. Ciampa's out of his way now. Johnny Gargano can focus on his career. He can focus on Johnny wrestling. And that is perhaps the most important thing for him. Gargano returns to in-ring action here this evening, ready to compete alongside the Royal Rumble winner. And ready to be in the ring with none other than the ECW champion. An incredible opportunity for Gargano, but then again, after his incredible match at Guilty as Charged, there's no surprise about that. But did you just feel that? The arena went from cheering for Gargano and applauding him from doing Adam Cole baby to a silence. And not a silence of respect, well, maybe a little bit. Not a silence out of boredom, a silence out of fear. When the wind came through the arena, we all knew who was on his way out. And there is a man who could strike fear into the heart of a god. Minoru Suzuki, making his way out to the ring. Wins and losses don't matter when you're Minoru Suzuki. What matters when you're Minoru Suzuki is going out here and forearming someone so hard that a part of their jaw is in the third row. That is what it means to be Minoru Suzuki. He came here to do one job and one job alone. That wasn't to be the ECW champion. That wasn't to put on 5-star matches. That was to hurt people. That was to hurt people who see to do ECW harm. Now, when I mean ECW, I also mean Seth Rollins. Because let's be real, after nearly 600 days of holding that belt, Seth Rollins kind of is ECW. You're supposed to be unbiased. Come on. Calm down now. Nevertheless, Suzuki ready for action here. For the first time in a little while, I believe, Suzuki is in action as well. And I imagine this crowd hasn't forgot the oh-so-special words. Respect to this man is certainly shown. Minoru Suzuki in the ring right now. Cole and Gargano looking on. And they're just kind of standing there. They don't want to do anything. I mean, Suzuki won't be at ringside come the main event. He won't be there. It's Adam Cole versus Seth Rollins, and that's that. But it's still going to be a big one here this evening. And here we go. The ECW champion makes his way towards the ring. And I dare ask this question. But is it the final time that he heads towards the ring with the ECW title around his waist? No vocals here tonight, weirdly enough. Seems as if Rollins just wanted the instrumental version this evening. That's fine, that's fine. Save that for WrestleMania, I guess. I do have to wonder as well. Rollins is a guy who loves to wear his attires. We've seen it. We saw the gold and white of Rollins before. What else have we seen? We've seen the blue and what was the Royal Rumble attire? Blue and black, I believe. The red and black, as you see right there. And then we saw that other one that he wore at New Year's Revolution, I believe. Rollins loves to wear his attires, and I imagine he's got to have something up his sleeve for WrestleMania. As for right now, the ECW champion of near 600 days heads into an ECW ring for the final time, heading into WrestleMania. With his WrestleMania opponent standing on the outside as they prepare for the main event of the grandest stage of them all on the biggest WrestleMania this universe has ever seen. But one oh so crucial question has to be asked. And I asked it once and I'll ask it again. Is this the last time that Seth Rollins stands in a ring as ECW champion? It's a question that hasn't crossed my mind for ages, eons. I have not thought about Rollins losing that title. But when it comes to WrestleMania, you have to take a degree of what Adam Cole says to seriousness. And that seriousness is the basic reality that Cole, as he said, Rollins needs to kill him to win. Now, yes, Rollins has shared all this talk before, there's no doubt about it. But how much of it does Adam Cole stand by? Adam Cole promised. So will Seth Rollins have to finish him this Sunday to walk out with that ECW title? I don't want a death on my hands. Let me just get that point across. I don't want a death on my hands. But these two guys are willing to do anything and everything to tear the house down in the main event of WrestleMania in St. Louis this Sunday. It may not be the most intense matchup in terms of hatred. It may not be the one that's contested inside of Hell in a Cell. It may not be a last man standing. It may not be a farewell match. But what it is something bigger than all of them. It's the main event of the evening. Only one match can close WrestleMania. Only one man is going to stand at the very end of WrestleMania. Last year it was Kazuchika Okada. This year it will either be Seth Rollins or Adam Cole. Boy, am I nervous for that main event. As for right now, Cole doing battle with Suzuki, trying to make sure that he gets some good offense in, trying to make sure that Rollins can see what he's all about as the tag is made. Johnny Wrestling back in action for the first time since Guilty is charged. Since that last man standing match against Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa left ECW as a result of it. Not too sure what the future holds in store for the Blackheart, but what I do know is that it's not on ECW. Tag made. Here comes Rollins into the ring now. The ECW champion getting himself involved as well. Cole and Rollins have been in action over the last few weeks. Cole was in action against Austin Aries 2 weeks ago, I believe. Did I say Cole? I meant Rollins. Cole was in action last week against Shibata, of course, and that's when we saw that distraction from Rollins. I'm still not too sure why he did it. I asked him and he just tapped and he just pointed to his head, so I assume he meant mind games. Anyway, look at this matchup here. Gargano and Rollins in the ring. And Gargano more than holding his own. The betrayal of DIY has definitely woken up a side of Johnny Wrestling. Trading chops with the ECW champion. Rollins with a big forearm in the turnbuckle as well. You could hear the thud of that one. Rolls through. Super kick by Rollins. And feeling confident about that one as well, signifying that Johnny Gargano could be done for right here, right now. Good counter though. Stuffs the chop there. Counters the curb stomp, does Gargano. And a huge cutter to Rollins as well. Oh, that was a bad idea. Try to climb the turnbuckle right next to Minoru Suzuki. Had the audacity to stand next to Minoru Suzuki. Yeah, he can get punched twice for that one. Even Seth Rollins has fears when it comes... No, he doesn't. I have fear when it comes to standing next to Minoru Suzuki. I'll say that one. He's holding him in a headlock right now. Double stomp into the back. Oh, Suzuki's back in action. Here we go again. Look at this. Suzuki almost telling Cole, get back. Get back. This doesn't concern you. I'm doing things how I want to do them. And Suzuki might have his plans on ripping the arm of Johnny Gargano out of its socket here. Armbar locked in. Not cross-armed. Not cross-legged, sorry. But oh, look at how Gargano fights his way out of it. Good fight out there by Johnny Wrestling. Still hanging in this one. Lariat didn't really get all of it. Well, didn't put enough power into it if you ask me. Spinning kick in the gut though. Suzuki not coming off his feet to these hits. Through the legs goes Gargano. Hurricanrana though. And Johnny Wrestling onto Minoru Suzuki. And you could see the tag made here. Yes, we will. Adam Cole, legal man. Good double team offense there from those two guys. Cole with his back to Rollins as well. We've seen the story shift over these last few weeks. First it was about respect. Then, as Rollins said earlier, it's not about respect. No one cares. It's about forcing his opponent to be at the very best that he is. That's what Rollins has been trying to do for so many weeks, and that's what he'll get to experience right now. A preview to the WrestleMania main event right here, right now. Rollins and Cole sharing the ring. This will happen this Sunday, but with no tag team partners in a much bigger arena. I mean, it'll still be the main event, but it'll be so much more personal. It'll be so much more on the line. This is about momentum. This is about feeling what the other opponent's got going for them. This Sunday is about ECW, essentially. Super kick by Cole, and another one right in the jawline there. Rollins goes down as a result of it. Good counter by Rollins, red Adam Cole right there, and then God's last gift. Got all of it, covers him after it as well. Will this put away Adam Cole right now? It will not. Rollins realizing how much Adam Cole's got in him. Oh, there's the schoolboy. Super kick. And down goes Adam Cole. Falls for the trick, the same one that Gargano did. And here's looking at you, Kenny Omega. The trigger! From one fallen foe to a future one maybe. Gargano makes the save. Gargano won't be making the save this Sunday. If Rollins hits that, it could be all over. Look at Gargano getting involved right now. Suzuki, though, taking matters into his own hands here. Sending Gargano over the top rope as if to say, stay there. Well, no, never mind. Rollins bringing him in. Suplex, and Johnny Wrestling goes down. Adam Cole at a 2-on-1 deficit right now. That V-trigger couldn't put him away, but it might well have done if not for Gargano. We won't know. Cover made. There's two, and a kick out from Cole at 2, though. If I was Rollins, I'd feel pretty confident after that V-trigger, because Cole didn't get the shoulder up, and it was at 2. You might think that he's got a bit more up his, he's got a bit more of an edge to him now. Tag mate, Suzuki the legal man, and our WrestleMania main event may well have to wait until that date. Look at this now, Suzuki. Oh, vicious onslaught from Suzuki. Gargano getting up to his feet outside of the ring. He held the foot in place there. He put his foot in his ankle, and then drove the elbow into the shin. Drove the knee into the shin, and now the elbow into the knee. Suzuki just has no remorse at all. Sleeper. Not the first time not the first time Cole has felt this in the last week or so. Fights out of it, just how he did with Shibata's sleeper last week as well. Adam Cole now, Irish whip, brings it in. Oh! Followed through with that big boot. Almost became a rake, essentially. Or a stomp. Suzuki not going to allow Gargano to tag himself in. Yeah, that's for certain. Goes into the turnbuckle. Looks for the tag again. Suzuki essentially telling him where you can go stuff it. Over the top rope goes Adam Cole. Forearm counter. Cole not looking to take any risks. Just gets back in the ring. Why would you against Suzuki? Here we go. In the turnbuckle. Tag finally made. Gargano the legal man in this one. Double back body drop. Gargano finally back in this one. And it doesn't look like Johnny Wrestling's wasting any time. Gargano escape. He looks in the eyes of the ECW champion as it's locked in. Rollins trying to make sure Suzuki doesn't tap out. Will he submit to the Gargano escape? Yes, he will! Victory for Gargano. Heading into WrestleMania, but it's Adam Cole's team that gets the win. Very interesting scenario heading to the WrestleMania main event. Adam Cole's team wins, but Rollins looked the better of the two. And oh, Rollins is getting in the ring. Gargano gets out of the ring, and the stare down is on one more time. The last time they share a ring before WrestleMania. And the last time, Rollins will rile up Cole. Will he pay for it this Sunday? We'll find out. This is our main event of WrestleMania. Do not miss it.